Hi, in this section, we will build the server side with Node.js. We will look at Introduction to Node.js. So what exactly is Node.js? Node is a runtime environment which allows us to run JavaScript on the server. Before Node.js, running JavaScript was only in the browsers, as browsers had a runtime environment which compiles JavaScript code. Node.js is an extract of one such runtime environment, the V8 engine which powers Google Chrome. Node.js is pretty popular and it has a lot of advantages. One, it's in JavaScript. Since Node.js is in JavaScript, we don't have to learn an all-new programming language to code the backend. We can use our existing front-end JavaScript skills to code the backend. Writing applications in Node.js is pretty fast. We can create new applications and complete the whole application development process in a much more agile way. You'll see what I mean. Node.js applications are highly scalable and blazing fast. Since Node.js is in JavaScript, writing modular and scalable applications is very easy. And Node.js functions on a non-blocking and asynchronous I/O, which makes it blazing fast. More on this in a minute. Lastly, Node.js has a humongous community of people who use Node.js. So there are a lot of developers who make modules for Node.js, and there are a lot of places to get help. So I mentioned about non-blocking asynchronous I/O. But before we get to that, let's look at the differences between synchronous and asynchronous way of doing things. Let's say we want to make a request, or let's say we want to query a database. So we make a request and a thread is assigned to that request. Now in a synchronous way of doing things, once we make the request, we start querying the database and the thread stays idle while the database querying is in process. Once the database querying is completed, the thread takes over, completes the request and moves on to request number 2. In an asynchronous approach, however, we make a request to query the database in request 1. Then, without waiting for the request 1's query to complete, we move on to request 2. Once the request 1's query is completed, it goes to the event loop where we can go and get back to event 1. So we are not waiting while a process is happening. So that will make our applications much fast. Let's look at it with an example. Here I have a restaurant which functions in synchronous manner. So in a synchronous restaurant, the waiter goes to table 1 and takes table 1's order, then goes back to the kitchen and lets the kitchen know about it, and then he waits while the food is being prepared. Once the food is prepared, the waiter takes the order and serves table 1. After that, he moves on to take the order of table 2. In an asynchronous restaurant, the waiter goes to table 1 and takes the order of table 1. Then he lets the kitchen know about it and then moves on to take the order of table 2. Again, he lets the kitchen know about it and then moves on to take the order of table 3. Once the food of table 1 is ready, it goes to the event loop where the waiter picks it up and serves table 1. Then, once the food of table 2 is ready, he picks it up and serves table 2. So you can see the waiter is not standing idle while the food is being prepared. This approach of asynchronous nature will make our application much more fast. And this event-driven approach is the core of Node.js applications. We will explore more of this in later sections. But first, let's start creating our first Node.js application.